Today we're taking a look at the brand new 2023 Omnia by Elite Archery. Just a reminder guys, head on over to mikesarchery.com to pick up any of our latest logo gear. We got plenty of hats and shirts, as well as any gear you might need for your next adventure. Welcome back to Mike's Archery's YouTube, and we are taking a look at the brand new Elite Omnia for 2023. And they have got a great looking bow here, and keeping with Elite tradition, extremely shootable, great feeling platform. So Elite, being made in the USA up there in New York, has a great company pumping out some awesome bows to us. Now let's take a look at the specs on the new Omnia. And it is coming in at one of the faster speeds that Elite has ever advertised at 347 feet per second. The axle to axle on this bow is coming to you at 32 inches with an overall cam to cam length of 37.5 inches, giving it a nice, long, stable platform to shoot from. Now the brace height is at 6 inches on this bow, which is a little shorter, could make the bow a little more critical to shoot, but Elite has been known for its shootability, so on this platform it is still driving some great performance and great feel. Now the reflex measurement on this bow is 4 3/4, and the advertised weight on this bow is coming to you at 4.5 pounds. Now out of the box we threw it on the scale, and we got 5 pounds even, taking off the dampeners and the new little stabilizer system they've added there. Got it down to 4.6, which is pretty much close enough to spot on for advertised weight. Now they do have a new cam system and new module system, and with that new module system you're able to adjust this bow from 24.5 on the short end out to a full 30 inches on the top end longest draw length, and you are able to micro tune that at 1/4 inch increments on the draw length. We'll get into that more later on with the features of this new cam. Now the draw weight options on the new Omnia are coming to you with several options. If you're needing this bow to be a lighter weight, you can get this down from a 40, a 50, a 60 pound max, a 65 pound, a 70, and even a 75 pound max draw weight to really get wherever you need to be for comfort level and your shooting abilities. Now the let-off is also adjustable on this bow up to 90%, and you've got some adjustability on this cam that's new as well, taking you anywhere from 70 to 90% on the new system. From there, let's take a look at some of the features. Now they've kept with some of their traditional features that they've had for the last several years. You still got the tunability and that set technology built right there into the riser, labeled really well, really obvious. If you're needing tail right, tail left, just makes it a real nice, easy tunability on this bow. A couple Allen screws, a little bit of tension adjustment there on those riser pieces, and you can get this bow shooting bullet holes in no time with minimal effort to make that happen. Now they kept also with their LTR on the cable slide, so you've got some adjustment there to move that in and out and adjust the torque on the cams through the cables, just allowing a little more option there to get a better tune and shootability out of this bow. So let's take a look at this new SP cam. It is a complete redesign on the cam for this year, and it has some really cool features built into it that take Elite to a new level. Now they've got the V2 micro mod built into this bow. Now what that means is you're able to adjust your draw length on a micro adjustable movement with each screw hole at 1/4 inch draw length adjustments. So you're able to really fine tune the draw length on this bow to get it to fit perfectly into your shooting situation. Now on the end of that mod with this V2 micro tune is a new system that's built into this module that allows you to micro tune the let off and feel and back wall feel of this bow. So with this micro tunability on the end of the module, you're able to adjust not only the back wall preference and feel of this bow, but also your exact holding weight down to 1% of let off, all the way from 70 to 90%. So having that built into the mod, being able to just tweak that just a little bit for a lot of you target guys or you guys that just want to be precise with everything, you're going to be able to get an exact feel of how you want this bow to shoot and feel at full draw with that draw length adjustment in that module, and then the micro tunability of the let off is pretty amazing. With that new technology built into it. It's something we were pretty impressed by, and giving you that option and just that flexibility is going to really make a lot of guys happy to be able to tune this bow and just make it feel exactly the way they want it to. Now, Elite has kept with that wide limb stance that they've had, giving a very solid platform to shoot off of, and then also keeping with the standard performance mods coming on this bow. Now, these are the new V2 micro mods. You're going to get the performance mods from the factory on this bow, but you also have the ability to get a 75% mod or their new smooth mod option that you can place on this bow, giving it a new, totally different feel. And that smooth mod, as you'll see when we shoot it here in a little bit, has got a super smooth feel on this bow, giving it a great option to add on to the cams. One of the other new things they've added is the new Delta VRT for more vibration reduction, working with their Vibex limb dampeners, as well as in the riser they've got a couple small dampeners there, just giving this bow a great dead in the hand feel and taking all the shock out of the shot. Some of the other basic features that Elite has kept on this bow, obviously your double rest holes are there. If you want to be able to mount any traditional rest on this bow and lock it down with double bolts, you've got that option if your slot is big enough on the rest that you're shooting. Now, what we did notice is Elite has not gone to any of the integrated systems or created one themselves, so you are not able to put any integrated rest systems on this bow. You're going to need to pick from all the traditional rests out there. Still plenty of options to make this bow shoot great. From there, you've got a couple of different sight hole mounting options to be able to move that sight in or out, up or down to get the perfect sight picture for you. You also have the standard triangle bracket for a two-piece quiver mounting system. If you're the guy that likes that two-piece bolt-on quiver system, anything with that traditional triangle bracket is going to allow you to mount right to this riser. They also kept with their single string stop, as well as your single stabilizer hole up front, which is an addition to their small stabilizer as part of that VRT system down below, keeping that weight and vibration reduction right next to the limb pockets, which is something we're seeing from several manufacturers now. They also keep with a back hole mounting system, so you've got some threads back there if you want to kick a sidebar or a back bar on this bow, and it is also compatible with their new sidebar option. There's a hole directly in the riser that you can get their sidebar attachment and then attach that any type stabilizer for a side back bar to get this bow balanced and shooting just the way you want it. Elite kept with their same traditional grip, extremely thin in the hand, giving it a nice torque-free grip, sitting directly down that V in the line of your hand, giving a great feel and keeping with a nice look with those wood side plates. From there, Elite gave you an extensive color palette. Now, from the hunting side of things, you've got some camo colors that you can get there in a Realtree Edge or Realtree Exscape. You can also get this bow in a Kuiu Verde 2.0, also a Vuni camo or a pure whitetail camo. You've got some solid color options there with black, outdoor green, a mountain tan, or a Sienna Brown, all making some great hunting color options on this bow. Now, Elite has traditionally given you some target options. So if you want to make this bow out to be a target bow and you want some of those bright colors, all you need to do is pay the $100 upcharge for the Elite change over to a target color riser. And you're going to be able to get this bow in a Cobalt Blue, your Sour Apple Green, Silver Alloy, a Purple Rain, a Laguna Teal, or the Orange Ignition. So some great target colors there for the new Omnia if you want to take this thing to the range and really stand out on the line. Now, this bow is coming in at $11.99 for its retail price, so right there with everybody else's flagship models, so pricing is not going to be an issue. And as I said before, if you're looking at getting one of those target colors, be aware you're going to see a $100 upcharge to get any target color on this bow. But at $11.99, there's a ton of technologies and some real cool features built into the new Elite Omnia that make it worth the money. So from here, we're going to step over to the lane and shoot this bow over the chronograph and give you a breakdown of all the speeds from shooting it on both the performance mods that come on it, as well as installing a set of the new smooth mods just to see what the speed rating differences are, and also giving you a breakdown of the decibel meters as well as the overall feel of this bow. As usual, we'll be shooting it on 29-inch draw length at 70 pounds on 90% let off on this new cam system. So we step back here to the lane with the new Elite Omnia, and we're going to take some shots out of this bow, give you a breakdown of what it's getting on speeds with both the performance mods that come on it and then their new smooth mod that they have sent with it, so we could test it both ways for you. We're going to give you a breakdown from a 350 grain arrow out to a 500 grain arrow, as well as the noise rating on this bow. So let's take a few shots and give you some breakdown on it. So on the performance setting mods, which is what comes from the factory. Now, if you're wanting the smooth mods, that's something you're going to have to order extra. But with the performance mods that come from the factory, with a 350 grain arrow, you're getting 320 feet per second. And with a 400 grain arrow, you're getting 304 feet per second. As we go up in weight to 450 grains, we've got 289 feet per second. And with a 500 grain arrow, the bow drops down to about 274. Now, when you switch that out to their smooth mod, what you're seeing is a loss of just a few feet. It's not a lot of performance loss to get that extra smooth feel. So with a 350 grain arrow, it dropped down to 317 feet per second, a loss of only 3 feet. With a 400 grain arrow, it dropped down to 297, losing about 7 feet per second. And with a 450 grain arrow, you drop down to 280, losing about 9 feet per second. And with a heavier arrow at 500 grains, we drop down to 266, losing about 8 feet per second. So really and truly, if you're shooting this with a lighter weight arrow, you're really not losing much at all. As you get a little heavier arrow, this bow does lose a little bit of extra performance and punch with that smooth mod, but that's really not a number you're concerned about. If you're looking at a smoother draw cycle, you're expected to lose some speed, and you're not as concerned about how much speed this bow is getting. But overall, the Elite Omnia is posting some really good numbers with those speeds. Now, as far as a decibel reading on this bow, what we've got is 96.7, so falling right there in the middle of where we've seen most of the bows on a noise rating. It's certainly not a loud bow at all. You're going to notice it shoots very well and is quite quiet for any hunting situation. It's exactly what we expect out of Elite. Now, as far as the draw cycle, if you're shooting this on the performance setting, it's still a great feel. Elite's had a really nice draw cycle over the last several years, and out of the box, this bow is no different. But if you're looking for that extra smoothness, then most certainly look at picking yourself up a set of these smooth mods, because it certainly takes the edge off of that jump in the cam and makes it come back a whole lot easier. You're probably going to be able to shoot a little more weight. If you've got a shoulder issue or something like that, you're going to be able to pull through the draw cycle on this bow just nice and buttery smooth, and it's going to have just a great feel coming over. Now, the grip on the Elite, traditionally what we've seen out of them, a nice wood side plate, a nice thin grip, sits in your hand very well, has a great feel to it. Overall, the grip on this bow is quite nice. I mean, it's exactly what we've seen out of Elite for the last several years. No major changes there. So if you're the guy who has liked Elite in the past and liked their grip, you're going to continue to like the grip on the new Omnia. Now, at full draw, you do have the option to use either the cable stops on this bow, or you can install the limb stops. That is a really nice feature that Elite allows you to have, because if you're the guy that likes just a little bit of sponge or just a little softer back wall, then certainly keep with that cable stop. But if you want that rock hard back wall that you can really stand on and know that it's going to be exactly the same every time and not move at all at full draw, then by all means, put that limb stop on there, let it come around, hit that limb pad. You're going to have as solid a back wall as you're going to feel on any bow out there and be able to stand on that shot and pull right through, getting consistency out of this bow every time. Afterwards, as far as the hand shock in this bow, is extremely minimal. Elite has had a great feel after the shot for years, and that is no different with the new Omnia. You've gained a little bit more speed than they've had in the past out of this bow, but the vibration and hand shock that you've gained out of this bow is none. So it's got a great feel after the shot, sitting in your hand very well, balanced top to bottom, doesn't have any vibration. Overall, exactly what we expected out of Elite. So if you're the guy who has been an Elite fan for years, you're going to love the new Omnia. And if you're a guy who's just looking for something new to try, then most certainly take a look at Elite's new Omnia for 2023 and give us a call here at Mike's Archery so we can get you set up with one.